Alright guys, I'm out here at the National Forest by my house. I'm going to set out a couple trail cameras today. I brought about 5 with me. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that many. I brought my saddle, but unfortunately I left my lineman's belt at home, so that'll be staying here. I did bring my API stick that I cut down, and with the Amsteel rope mod and a one-step tubular webbing aider to help me get these up the tree. I want to put these probably about 8 feet up in the tree, and I put these paracord rope mod, I guess you'd say, to get rid of the big thick webbing strap to help these kind of not stick out so much on the tree. And since I'm putting them up that high, I went ahead and cut these wood blocks and painted them so I can angle these down. So hopefully these will help, these not get stolen. I am kind of taking a chance out here. This is a very heavily pressured piece of public land, but it's worth it for me to get the intel that I need, to better hunt these areas. Alright, so the first spot we're going to be hitting today is going to be about a mile in. It's kind of close to the road for my liking, but it's a real good rut funnel spot. But I do want to set some cameras there for preseason just to see what's coming through. There was a lot of pig sign last time I was here, but I did jump a lot of does and actually found a lot of doe bedding areas. Then the second spot we're going to be going to is about 2.5 miles back, and we will be setting the majority of the trail cameras there. Alright, we're here at the first spot, and I just wanted to say the reason why I'm kind of making these videos is to kind of give you a more interactive experience. I'm going to show you where I'm setting these trail cameras, why I'm setting them there, and then I'm going to do a follow-up video where I go through, check the trail cameras, and hopefully you can enjoy that footage, assuming these cameras are still here when I come to pick them up in a couple months. So if you want, subscribe and follow along, hit the notifications bell, that way when I post the next videos you can be alerted. One thing I do want to point out is, you can see in the summer scouting, you can see how tall this grass is and everything. There are a lot of ticks out here. I do treat all my clothes with permethrin. I'm going to be making a video on how to do that and a cheaper version, so you don't have to buy the over-the-counter stuff, to make it in bulk for a lot cheaper. So we'll be making that video, here in a couple weeks. Alright, so this is actually where I want to set the first camera. That drainage that just came down is right over here, about 50 yards. About 80 yards that way, it intersects a creek. Me and my buddy came through here about 2 months ago, and we found just a bunch of, good sized rubs, and this to me seems like a really good rut funnel location. But I do want to set a camera here just because I'm not sure, for preseason to see what's coming through here. Last time I came through here, I did jump 5 does out of this creek over here, and I followed the direction they went a couple minutes later and did find some bedding areas over there. So it was early morning. I think they were going back to bed. So my thoughts are doe bedding area over there, and the deer will be scent checking this area right here. So I'm going to set this first camera and we'll keep it going. So this is why I brought more cameras than I thought that I would need. I just found another really great crossing and grabbed one of my extra cameras, set it up there. It's a pretty good hidden spot up in that tree, and hopefully I can get some good intel on what's coming in and out of here and when. All right, so we're headed back to the second spot, about 2.5 miles back. I hunted this spot last year. This is where I'm planning on putting the other 3 trail cameras. I saw a good buck just outside of bow range last year, and I had set up a trail camera on a community scrape that I found, and I had really good buck action, a lot of deer action, a lot of pig action, unfortunately. But I'm gonna try and set up more trail cameras this year. That way I can get a better idea of where these bucks are getting up from their beds and which direction they're heading. All right, so we're back here now. Where I hunted last year, found a lot of scrapes, a lot of rubs. There's some old rubs here, and there was just scrapes everywhere. And the trails are just beat down, heavy used trails. We're gonna head back. We're gonna head back another 150, 200 yards to where the bedding is, and that's where I'm gonna set up the cameras. So, just walked in here a little bit further, and we have a fresh rub with also a fresh pig rub right here. So, be tempting to come in here and do a pig hunt before season, but I'm probably gonna let it sit because I got better places for pigs. So I'm walking up now to the community rub that I found last year. You can see it's a perfect tree. It was completely scraped all the way around. I set up a camera on that tree right there and had a ton of daylight pictures, and right at last light I was getting nice bucks, and they were all coming from that direction. So I went back there, scouted, found a few beds. That's where I think they're coming from, but that's why we're going to set these cameras and try and really get a good idea. So I was debating on putting a camera here, but when it came down to it, I just had to, just because it had so much good activity last year. So got the trail camera hung up there, community scrape right here. Hopefully it's a historical community scrape and we'll see some action this year. Okay, so I found where I wanted to hang my next trail camera, and it's a good way to remind y'all to always pay attention. I'm 2.5 miles back here. I'm really tired, it's hot, and I was about to go set my stick up here and start climbing this tree, and I got a little friend up there. Looks to be about 3 to 4 feet long. He does not look like he's happy to see me. So, move around the side of the tree. Watching where I'm stepping so his little friends aren't here. That's a pretty big snake. Alright, so we got the 4th trail camera set. It's right there. Now, my snake friend is in that tree back there. Right there. There's 3 trails that intersect right here. Kind of hard to see. Technically there's 4. That big tree back there is where I have my stand. And the bedding area is back here towards Mr. Snake. So we'll see how this one pans out. Alright, so trail camera number 5, last one. Let's see here. There's this 4-way crossing right here. I'm not sure how good y'all can see that, but the community scrape is back there about 100 yards. Bedding, about 50, 60 80 yards that way. Trail camera number 4 is back parallel with this one over there, just trying to cover both sides and see which way these bucks are coming from. So as you can see, I'm pretty sweaty, nasty, ready to get out of here. So until next time.